The introduction to the fiery furnace. Faith Under Fire in Babylon focuses on the historical and biblical context, which serves as a foundational element for understanding the enduring narrative of faith and resistance depicted in the biblical book of Daniel. This story features three Jewish men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hold steadfast to their faith, refusing to bow to King Nebuchadnezzar's golden image, subsequently facing execution by a fiery furnace. The concept of faith under fire is rooted deeply in both historical oppression of religious minorities and the strength derived from spiritual conviction. Historically, during the Babylonian exile, Jews were often forced to adopt the dominating culture and its religious practices. Yet many like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego exemplified profound loyalty to their belief system. The significance of this context in relation to the main topic underscores themes of unwavering faith in the face of persecution and tyranny. This narrative is often cited to demonstrate the power of faith to galvanize resistance against overwhelming odds, serving as an inspirational testimony throughout history. Real-world applications of this concept can be seen in the lives of individuals like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr., who drew strength from their faith to oppose social and political injustices, leading movements against colonialism and racial segregation, respectively. Supporters of these narratives often argue that such stories provide a moral compass and illustrate the transformative potential of faith. However, challenges to this viewpoint include criticisms about the exclusive emphasis on religious faith over practical action or dialogue. Additionally, some suggest that these stories may oversimplify complex socio-political problems or imply that faith alone can resolve conflicts without addressing underlying systemic issues. This historical and biblical context connects intricately to the theme of the fiery furnace, by framing the narrative as more than just a moral lesson, but as an allegorical reflection on personal integrity and spiritual courage. It influences other aspects of the topic by creating a lens through which modern-day audiences can examine how faith can inspire resilience and activist engagement. Through this lens, contemporary parallels are drawn, highlighting that steadfast belief, whether spiritual or ideological, remains a pivotal force for change and resistance in an ever-challenging world. Nebuchadnezzar's decree and the creation of the idol describes a pivotal moment in the narrative of the fiery furnace from the book of Daniel. King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon issues a mandate that commands all subjects in his realm to bow down and worship a massive golden statue he has erected. This idol symbolizes not only an expression of absolute power and authority, but also serves as a litmus test for loyalty within his diverse empire. The decree holds significant meaning in the story, as it sets the stage for a direct confrontation between unwavering faith and authoritarian rule, exemplifying faith under fire. The importance of this decree within the broader topic is to emphasize the plight of those who choose to prioritize their spiritual beliefs over decrees of political power. Specifically, it highlights how the enforcement of such an edict challenges the cultural and religious convictions of subjugated peoples, driving them to either acquiesce to or resist the king's demands. In modern contexts, this narrative can be illustrated by examining instances where individuals stand firm against oppressive regimes. One example is religious minorities who refuse to participate in enforced state ideologies, highlighting their courage and commitment to personal beliefs. Another real-world parallel is whistleblowers exposing unethical practices within organizations, risking their safety and career for the sake of truth and personal integrity. Critical opinions support the idea that Nebuchadnezzar's edict presents a moral crucible, wherein personal and religious integrity is tested against the pressures of conforming to external authority. Commentators often argue that such moments are crucial for the growth of individual character and can serve as a catalyst for societal change. Conversely, challenges to this interpretation include critiques about the feasibility of absolute resistance in real-world scenarios where the cost can be too great, potentially leading to unnecessary suffering. Some argue that adaptation and compromise within oppressive systems can be a more pragmatic approach to survival and gradual change. The decree and the idol's creation act as a central catalyst within the larger narrative of the fiery furnace, propelling figures like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego to act on their convictions, which illustrates the profound struggle between faith and authoritarian edicts. This tension between personal belief and dictatorial mandates resonates through history, highlighting the universal and timeless nature of this biblical story. The narrative underscores the power of faith to withstand trials, implicating broader themes of identity, allegiance, and the enduring human spirit. The defiance, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's stance, refers to the refusal of these three Jewish men to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue, as recounted in the biblical book of Daniel, chapter 3. Their defiance is a powerful demonstration of faith under pressure, encapsulating the theme of unwavering commitment to one's beliefs in the face of overwhelming external demands. The significance of this defiance lies in its embodiment of faith's resilience when confronted with severe trials. It highlights the importance of maintaining one's convictions, even when societal or authoritative pressures demand conformity. This act of defiance not only affirms personal integrity, but also serves as a testament to the power of faith that transcends fear of physical consequences, including death. In modern contexts, this defiance finds representation in various real-world situations. Consider the whistleblowers who risk their careers to uphold ethical standards against systemic corruption or malpractice. Standing against a formidable entity often requires immense courage and conviction, much like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's decision in Babylon. Another example is civil rights activists who advocate for social justice, sometimes at great personal risk, embodying a commitment to truth and justice regardless of the personal cost. Supporters of such defiance often point to the strength and purity of character it takes to uphold principles against odds, arguing that such actions can instigate meaningful change and inspire others. However, defiance in the face of authority is not without challenges and controversies. Critics may label it as a form of rebellion, or view it as an impractical stance that could lead to unnecessary suffering or societal discord. Moreover, in settings where such actions could lead to severe punishment, the risk of personal loss is a serious consideration. This defiance is intricately connected to the broader topic of faith under fire. It exemplifies how true faith doesn't merely survive under trials, but often emerges stronger and more influential. The act of defiance can galvanize others, fostering a sense of shared conviction and purpose. It influences the narrative of faith as not just a personal attribute, but as a communal and transformative force. Exploring this aspect invites reflection on how personal beliefs interface with public and authoritative demands, ultimately enriching the discourse on faith's role in individual and collective identity. In the biblical account of the fiery furnace, divine intervention refers to the miraculous escape of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego from the flames of a fiery furnace, into which they were cast by King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. This event is not merely a tale of survival, but a profound demonstration of faith and the power of divine protection. The furnace, meant to be an instrument of death, became the stage for one of the most remarkable acts of divine deliverance recorded in Scripture. Instead of being consumed by the flames, the three men emerged unharmed, an indication that their faith in God had shielded them from harm against all human expectations. This miraculous escape underscores the theme of faith under fire, by exemplifying how unwavering belief and trust in a higher power can result in extraordinary outcomes in the face of seemingly insurmountable adversity. One can draw modern parallels to this story, underscoring its timeless nature. Consider individuals who face severe persecution or discrimination, yet remain steadfast in their beliefs, emerging strengthened and validated by their experiences. Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned for decades due to his unwavering stance against apartheid in South Africa, emerged as a global symbol of resistance and reconciliation. His life mirrors the essence of divine intervention as he championed justice and equality against overwhelming odds. Another example is Malala Yousafzai, who survived a brutal attack simply for advocating education for girls in Pakistan. Her survival and continued advocacy symbolize the power and influence of faith and conviction. This concept is supported by the opinion that divine intervention symbolizes hope and resilience. It suggests that there is often a higher purpose or force at play, guiding individuals through their trials. Critics, however, may challenge the idea of divine intervention, questioning its plausibility or attributing such occurrences to human resilience and natural fortitude rather than a supernatural cause. Skeptics might argue that relying on divine intervention could dissuade proactive problem-solving or encourage passivity in dire situations. The theme of divine intervention ties back to the broader theme of faith under fire by illustrating the profound impact of spiritual devotion in extreme circumstances. This divine safeguard not only highlights individual belief, but also inspires others to persevere in their own trials, suggesting that faith can transcend human limitations and effectuate miraculous outcomes. In essence, it emphasizes that even in the most intense crucibles, there is potential for miraculous liberation, showcasing a powerful testament to faith and its enduring strength.